from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan. It's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night.
Hey.
And that means it's another edition of voice acting.
You
ready and raring to go for all of you.
You betcha.
So we want to thank you guys for joining the stream. We want to thank you guys for watching this after the fact. We had a couple of bugs to squash, but we've squashed them. So it's Wednesday night, and I'm ready to go. So now this next part of the case, I mean, obviously we're at the part with the adventure of the unspeakable story, and so far what we've learned is that there is Gina Lestrade tried to turn in an overcoat, and there's a music box disc in it, and she's trying to pawn the music box disc, and all of a sudden there's this gentleman that comes in, go get that disc, and an argument ensues, and then obviously it's a guy pulls a gun on our heroes, and the cops show up, and the guy gets away, and the disc gets turned over to the police. So, and on the disc it has a note for McGilded.
Ooh.
What? McGilded?
Mm.
Yep. That overcoat belonged to the now deceased Magnus MCGILDED, who was the primary suspect in the omnibus murder case a couple of weeks ago.
Not to mention Naruhodo's first defendant in London.
Yes, absolutely. So now we're going to go and continue the story. This is post Windibanks, post pawn shop, argument, all that stuff, and it's like, well, we're just going to have dinner and talk about some stuff. And talk about some stuff, they absolutely will.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of juicy tidbits. So, if you have a beverage... Oh, crap, my eye. If you have a beverage with a pin on it or a cap, either twist that cap off or pull the pin. I always got to lick the hand because there's always a little drop that runs down it. But, package, what time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers to all of you.
Cheers, Mike.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
And I've got some water to hydrate with as well.
Absolutely.
So,
what are we waiting for? Let's kick this thing off.
I'm not waiting any longer. I'm incredibly excited.
Me too.
I do need to make one little change here.
Okay. Let's see.
There it is. Haha. And let's take that off.
Yeah. There we are.
We're not using the Trovo platform anymore.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. I've just never got into it. So, press any button. Yep, the music is going, and we are firing on all cylinders.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. What are we waiting for?
Let's go to part 2 of the adventure of the unspeakable story.
Buckle up, boneheads. We're going on a ride, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
15th of April, Baker Street.
See? That's why, grown-ups, all they do is feed you a pack of lies and take your stuff away from you.
Oh, really, Miss Strad? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What?
Oh, my. Surely you were given that.
Yeah? But dare you let me keep it? After I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and then said, go on then. Have it before telling me to scarper. Always pays off giving people a look like you ate them.
I can't help feeling that's going to get you into some serious trouble one day.
What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mind.
Music box disc?
Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna go have another bish. Give him a long, hard stare.
I think not, Mr. Strahd. We shan't enter Windibanks again today.
Oh, why not? That's not fair.
Can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windibank.
But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. It should be something else and all. That's what a rotten cove said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well, then that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Oh, she's really pushing her luck. Mrs. Strahd, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah? It's all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? That's quite forward.
Hey?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
Nah. No, Ta.
Oh,
And why would I come round to your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something?
she's gone.
Oh dear, she's gone.
Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guests at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting! What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sado. Until later, then. All right, then. Yeah, let's... So we're moving to... Sholmes' suite. "15th of April, 3:46 p.m. Sholmes' suite.
Ah, Susie and Bruno, come in.
Good afternoon, Iris.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning.
Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always?
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh, yes. After all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining.
Oh dear. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it?
It's Judy. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, what a surprise! Yes, it's wonderful news.
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Uh-oh.
Honey? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes? I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? Don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that.
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really? He behaves just like a child sometimes. Hurley does.
Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Now think of it. I wonder where her real parents are.
Y'all boys better stay tuned.
What's the matter, Bruno? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing. And by the way, it's a while. It's going to be a while before we get to that secret. But just tidbit, heads up.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right?
How? How did you...
Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book.
Ugh, this girl is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Well, all right then.
What are we waiting for?
Let's
Let's
start talking to her.
Yeah, Ginny.
So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, you also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after our trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
Oh, what a lovely tale.
Yes. Now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Oh,
And I chase after her down the back alleys.
interesting idea of friendship.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh,
There's so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
and I suppose this means you've let Mr. Strahd keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Hurley.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come. Alright, well, living with Mr. Sholmes. How about this?
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That, and where are your real parents?
My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
What the?
If you only knew how true that actually was.
Mummy passed away when I was born, and then around the same time, my father, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up.
And found your father's memoirs.
Yes. So I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me, that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner.
Iris's father.
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite as a shock. When Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean...
It must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age.
Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me.
Hold on.
There's some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually.
I always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories.
Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, I see.
The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
You can say that again. That was probably not clear enough.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson.
Wait a minute.
What the...
Huh? What?
What?
Huh? What? Where have I heard that name before?
I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
Iris's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson.
The court will now hear the trial of Rionosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah. Holy shit. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan.
Dude, how crazy is
That is
this?
nuts. Mr. Sato,
Yes?
perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that will be for the best.
Holy... Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you.
Mr. Sholmes!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? No matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh,
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. What the...
Oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Mr. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc.
Oh my!
Then what's it doing here? What? You know, at times, Mr. Naruto, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Rena could be your go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications.
Yes, I'd be delighted.
I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think.
Well, let's talk
to him. The music box disc. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
the caramel. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes.
Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you'll humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. All right?
I'll be taking that, whatever it is that McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this.
Whoa.
That's amazing! The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution.
How extraordinary!
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press in its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. What's the music on the disc?
Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No? I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Runa?
Well...
Inside a music box is a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small
Hold on, it's
Protuberances.
Thank you.
Small protuberances plug the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music box to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. Uh-oh. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another, and we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why... Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Every single one?
That's early for you. Always taking things too far.
But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Jesus.
Oh, man.
All right. We don't have any quotes yet. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case.
Oh, yeah. Going back in time. Oh, boy.
Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried.
Oh.
Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, technicality.
The newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
Well, yeah, because we didn't say who really did it. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, it's time I got started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then.
Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Whittabank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Uh-oh. Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was.
Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Whittabank's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley?
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it.
Wait, now, hold on a minute, sister.
How does she even know what the hell the name
Oh,
is?
listen.
All right.
Huh?
What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles? But how could you know the full title?
Well, that's...
That's because Mrs. Sato is just such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Renaud, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
Uh-oh.
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said that he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Windibank's.
And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Y'all got some explaining to do.
Ah. Huh? What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived.
Well,
Miss Lestrade.
This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going.
No, wait, Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes. Just wait there, Jenny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie.
Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some,
Mendelssohn.
What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is, then. Oh, look here. It's all wagga-high. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night.
Yeah, it was a good night. Mendelssohn.
Mendelssohn, 15th of April, 9:34 p.m., Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. It was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I could still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet he could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Sasato-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Stronghart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
Oh, no. That won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose... hold on a minute.
Okay.
Over at Cliff. Thank you.
Thank you for promotion of your channel, viewers, follows, chatbots. The price is lower. Bye-bye now.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it, but
Nope. you are...
we will not be.
You're an imposter.
Not an imposter, just a spam artist. So, so we will find out tomorrow.
I have no idea. We'll find out tomorrow.
What's this all about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Knock, knock. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Ah, Iris, hello again.
And Gina, too.
Yes, Jenny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Jenny? Well, yeah.
How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
You know, I've learned so much today.
Oh, what? What in particular?
All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my! However did you...
I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chancing with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
Yep, well, I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's talk to her about the manuscript. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Aren't you going to tell me?
I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please.
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all.
I don't know what all this is about, really, but it's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This manuscript or whatever you call it?
It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's?
That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner.
Hey?
They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Isn't it right, mister?
Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then?
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'd be gone a very long time. So, I never really met him.
Oh, right.
Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her.
Well, why don't we finish up?
Yeah, let's finish this. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know. But it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it, and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after all you've toiled over... Let me start over again. It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please do not ask me.
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibank, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe.
It really gets my goat, it does. He's treating you like a child.
Probably because she is?
Well, continue.
It's mean, that's what it is. Keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Hey,
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too.
You lot are too trusting for your own good. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying, Iris. I bet my life on it.
What?
What the?
Hurley's lying to me?
What are we talking about?
Oh,
Yeah, we gotta examine, because... So what the hell's going on here?
so what? Your parents.
All right. I realize that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did have.
Oh,
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our mums. We all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
so that's why you're a pickpocket.
Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
Oh, Gina.
I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought I'd make everything right. I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh,
I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you always wanting to meet them.
it's true.
Wow, this is dark shit.
Ooh.
I do want to see Daddy so much.
Oh, Iris.
Sholmes lie. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, right? But come on, it's obviously a load of rubbish.
Oh my! Why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. If that story was really in old Winterbank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words you, could know about it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling ya.
But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced lawyers, a lot of them. You just ain't realised it yet. I'm telling you, that mental script ain't at Winterbanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
Oh, well, I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris.
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist.
Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then.
And there they go. Iris, sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. Deep down, she's still just a child.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruto-san.
All right. Talk Wilson, Iris's father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at UMA University.
Oh boy.
It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on.
Wait and see, boys and girls. Wait and see.
He's sleeping.
Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo.
That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes.
Oops.
It's okay, we didn't know. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mr. Sato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. What's this about?
What the hell?
What the hell? Ah! Wait a minute! Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Windibank's pawnbroker. Mr. Windibank's? Oh no!
It's simple. If that store was really in a Windibank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Could Gina have gone? It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Miss Naruto. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once! Mr. Sato! Okay.
Let's go.
16th of April, 1:14 a.m., Baker Street. Door to Windibank's. It's open!
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. No, you have no idea what the fuck's going on. There's no one here. Oh, yes, there is. What? Oh, ah! Ah!
Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes!
What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go! Right! What the heck is going on here? Blast! I've lost them!
Hello. What have we here? The line was just raised for this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that?
Officer, come with me! It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot!
Shot?
With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windibank's.
Take it away, voice actors.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruto,
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom.
What the hell?
What's going on?
Hurry!
It's locked. There's a peephole there.
What are we looking at here?
Oh no! That's Mr. Windibank! He's dead! Oh, that's not even the... What the fuck? Gina!
It's Gina!
My word. To be continued.
Well, it's only been an hour. Let's press forward,
Let's
folks.
press forward. Oh, my word.
I just want to ask that question one more time.
Yeah, there's a really specific question here. I'm really not sure. I think I know what it is. You want to take the lead on this, or do you want me to?
I'll take a lead.
What the heck is going on here? Oh my gosh. Well, let's find out. Let's keep going. Bang. Ah! I'll be all right, Mr. Naruto. After them, go! Behind that door. Behind that toll. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina?
Oh my God.
From that moment, Windibank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. God.
Oh boy. 16th of April, 6:21 a.m. Naruto's Legal Consultancy.
That's a really early wake up. Oh, Iris!
A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home.
Oh, yes. We asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runa?
Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Talk to her.
All right. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
When I saw all of those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windibank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street, and I chased after them, but they got away.
So, it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibank, I suppose.
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know! None of us think she did it!
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do.
Show him the situation.
So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes.
Oh,
He was taken to hospital this morning.
what?
Well, when we entered Windibank's, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet.
Hurley was shot? No.
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinner's. They're tending to him there.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
Injured Sholmes.
It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno.
Huh?
On top of everything else, I could bear that.
Oh, Iris. It kind of reminds you of a case of the bridge to the turnabout.
Oh boy, yes.
Where's Susie, Bruno?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mr. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Oh, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. Glad Inspector Gregson agreed me to leaving early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station.
Gina's arrest.
All right, here we go.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the two thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
Ah, this is all so horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Windibank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me there was no one else in the room?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well?
What can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I could at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno.
Huh.
I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone here either. All right then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Well, that's where we're going. So, couple of new locations have been added, and St. Sinners Hospital. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Charge! See if I got any messages. I do not. 16th of April, St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3.
Hurley! Oh! He's not here.
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Ooh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and a bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not, there's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh,
Hello? What have we here? This ward is off limits. No visiting. So what are you doing in here, eh?
well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Oh, well, beg your pardon there, ma'am, sir. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. A great mystery solver as a mysterious family, eh?
If that's how you see us, sure.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he's currently in the operating theatre, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
It's been several hours since we went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic that is.
Oh,
I've had a report that a gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Anyway, I think it will be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet.
I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
oh, poor Hurley.
Well, let's examine that clipboard real quick here.
Nope, there's nothing to
Nothing
examine
to it.
about that.
Well, in that case, we're moving to the prison. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Charge!
Time to help Jenny. 16th of April. Local prison. Cell 13.
Hello, Gina.
Back off, you cov!
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though.
What are you here for?
Ginny,
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you.
Huh? Well, you can't.
Sorry?
You heard? Get lost.
don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull the other one.
Oh,
You ain't got a first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. If I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I can lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am.
but Ginny,
I'm being caught tomorrow, they said. Some cov came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried.
why are you being like this, Ginny?
Well, let's try talking to her.
Yeah, she's scared out of her mind, that's what it is. I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
He wanted me to sign some papers. Representing papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The hell trial. They're pinning on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Why do you think that?
Because that's how it's always been for me. Growing up in the back slums me whole life. You do what the grown-ups tell you and get your mates dragged off by the coppers. Or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. Can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're going to grass. Dead.
Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could...
Forget it!
Ginny, don't you trust Bruno?
Nah, I don't.
Huh?
Look, I'll ask you nicely there. Just leave me alone.
What happened?
Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night, at the pawnbroker's.
There's nothing to tell. Figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. The old bloke walked in on me, and you know the rest?
But why, Ginny? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work. And half the time you don't even get nothing.
Is that really why you broke into the place?
What?
Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else?
Oh, give it a rest! What be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference.
Please tell us, Ginny. We believe you, whatever it is.
Believe me, it'd be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have.
Oh, what do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
Unforgivable lies.
What the hell? Oh, you better be strapped to your gurney here, kids.
Buckle up, boneheads.
What did you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help.
Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now.
Ginny, please.
Oh yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by.
What's this?
It's a picture of a cat. A photographic print? A really adorable cat.
I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it.
I wonder why a little photograph like that was still in your pocket of that overcoat.
Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye.
Oh, Ginny.
White cat photograph added to the court record.
Mm-hmm.
I think you better investigate that.
Yep. All right.
Well, you can't examine it yet. Well, check the court record.
Yep.
Can you... What the... What's this?
Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it.
13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited, 1 small box. Loan amount paid, 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th of April, 9 p.m.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket?
13th of February? That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it?
Small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Bruno, if Mr. McGill had still had the ticket, then presumably he'd never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Ah, yes. If it's something McGilded deposited, we need to investigate.
White cat photographs information updated in the court record. Could it be that music box, perhaps?
Perhaps. All right, well, what's next, I guess?
Well, you want to check the story to make sure? Looks like it wants you to move to the pawnbrokery, so we get to investigate.
All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Charge! 16th of April, Windibank's Pawnbrokery. Enemy Y.
Okay, mate.
This is where it happened then, last night.
That's right. The 2 thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of disturbance.
No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seems to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black.
Oi! I hear that!
Oh, Inspector, good morning.
Huh. I suppose I'll thank you for your vigilance last night. You got to see before I was disturbed at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind.
Yes, sorry about that.
I thought you assigned extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Oh! You ladyship! No one told me you were coming!
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see that he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are attending to her as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runa's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am, as you say. Jet Black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that.
Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change.
Wow. Oh, really, Manus? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice.
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you like some.
Lovely. Not very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
I don't even recognize him like this.
Well, let's talk to him.
This is ridiculous.
Yep, investigation.
So, how is the investigation going, Inspector?
Not to it, really. Really simple case, this. Some very definitive evidence. Just put in charge that diva we arrested last night, fact.
Gina? You're gonna charge her?
That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid.
I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you? How? How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you?
Well, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat.
And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison?
She should be. That's the same she has to look for the key from the jailer, of course.
Mr. Sholmes. He's eating that fish and chips. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's been operating on at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
You can't be sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all.
Oh,
The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
oh
He doesn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even a one and only Sholmes pipe down.
Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know.
Hey, anyway, he's having emergency surgery like now. We got to stop that bleeding.
no. But he will be alright, won't he? We'll be able to make him better.
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be as late as late before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
Huh? How do I know? Well, because, of course. Oh, yes. Mr. Sholmes, such a great detective, that's why.
We'd better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear. Please don't die, Hurley.
Report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theatre. Her ladyship.
I couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? Out with that sunshine.
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and the way you talk to Iris.
What's the sauce, sonny? I'm a corporal, and we don't go in for favoritism.
He's right. You do treat us differently.
He's causing us adventures of Sherlock Holmes stories, that's why.
Oh,
I cop up with him, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
what did you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember really.
He was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson's the smartest at Scotland Yard is how you put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what the one line that did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you.
Oh, that's amazing.
All because everyone at the yard leads him. They need all the Sherlock Holmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me.
You blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson, no. Great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Like what would happen to my salary if that came out in blood, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Lovely. Not very much. That really hit the spot. Your ladyship. Didn't you just say that?
Teetotal.
Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Narhodo.
Yes, what is it?
I got an important message for you. I clearly forgot about it until now.
An important message? I wonder what it could be.
Well, only one way to find out. Let's talk to him about it. What is this important message?
Yeah, what is it? Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side. Your assistant.
Here's Susie. Is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe.
Nope, not anymore. She's had to head off.
Head off? Where?
The Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her.
Ah, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that.
One of the whipstocks took her to there in the yard carriage after we finished questioning her. And she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go and meet her there. She's got a nerve. Using Scotland Yard as a blooming message service.
See. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
And why did Susie have to go to see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away.
You're the man.
Charge!
New location's been added. It is Lord Chief Justice's office. Let's go get there. Go, go, go!
Go, go, go!
Here we are. 16th of April, British Supreme Court. Lord Chief Justice's office.
Look at how big that office is.
Yeah, man.
Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So, everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
There they are. Sato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. What? Homeland? What? Wait. What did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Susato-san! Huh?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was all that about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial?
You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
Alright, let's talk to her. Let's talk to her, for God's sake. Miss Susato, what's all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as it has.
That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill.
Oh
Professor Mikitoba?
If I may,
Yes, sorry?
you must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
My name is Eugene Mikitoba. I am a professor of forensic medicine at Yubei University.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown, and it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it! As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening.
You smell that?
Yeah, some stinks.
So Gina has been charged. She'll have to appear in court?
Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow.
No! Not even 24 hours later?
Gina, the distraught girl and her murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart. In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave. Now.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday?
Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that.
Oh, man.
3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me. There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart, which is It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. Well, we already kind of asked her. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina charged with murder. Susato-san about to leave.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste.
But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing or things to do?
As Mrs. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
Thank you, Miss Susato. It's a very pensive look.
I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
Well, if I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. Just have to do what I can as a lawyer.
Well, let's
go back to the prison.
Yeah, back to the prison. This time with Susato-san on your side. Let's see what she has to persuade her for. 16th of April, local prison, cell number 13.
Ha!
Hello again, Gina.
Back off, you cove. I'm loading this thing up. What are you lot here for now?
To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I?
Look, you can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Hey, farewell?
Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again.
Huh? Oh, right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable.
Susie?
Well, that ain't my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
And what? It's my fault?
Yes. So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you.
Hey?
Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
Huh? What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths.
What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies.
You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant.
No, I can't.
Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial?
Oh boy. Get ready.
The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted?
Huh?
The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus? You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe.
Will you tell us about it now?
Oh,
Boy, here we go.
the trial 2 months ago.
What you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent.
Yeah? Well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it.
What sort of thing did you lie about?
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. Couldn't see a thing. And then... thud! I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor.
And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you.
Yeah? He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by. When I looked at my hands, I had the cub's blood all over them. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands. In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight.
Uh-oh.
Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were and why you were hiding under the seat.
Yeah, he did. Only, it's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard, and about what he was going to do after the cub was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scarper before the coppers showed up.
Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything.
Right.
What you saw.
You said McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. But it was when I heard the thud of the cub hitting the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me up by my arm. And that's when I saw it. It was on the floor. It was on the floor next to the old gazer what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny.
A disc.
Do you mean...
Yeah, that's it. The one where the D took off me at Winterbanks.
So the music box disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus.
Not for long. McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket.
So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
The bog trotter told me I weren't to mutter a word of it to no one.
All right, lady, what did you hear?
It was so dark out in the seat in the cab, I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin.
Presumably that was McGilded getting on board.
Nah, not only him,
Oh,
as I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people.
huh.
In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim.
Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason.
In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride.
But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
And your own testimony, Gina, supported his.
All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time, in low voices.
What? What were they talking about?
Sorry, I don't know. Sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud.
But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other.
So McGilded was lying, as I suspected.
After the event,
I knew it weren't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that a bloke had been killed.
Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly.
So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The 2 cops from up top ran off to get the coppers.
Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
Right. And after they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favour.
A favor?
Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas.
Huh. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street?
Yup, you got it. It was Winterbanks. The coachee snapped up the money and ran off and popped his coat as fast as he could. Then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box on the seat. Let me get out of there, but not without conditions.
I see.
what conditions?
What were McGilded's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean.
Not telling a soul. Not for anything. But what I saw and what I heard. And there's something else as well.
Huh? There's more?
Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said.
I'm gonna have to send a coachman on a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? At all?
You asking me to pop your weasel, right?
Aye. The fiend's taken my overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand?
What? You want me to have a ticket?
That's right. And I'll come fetch it from you later, sometime within the next 2 months. You had to hang on to it until then. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it.
All right then.
And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you had to go to the pawn shop, where the bank so it is, and you had to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, your article will be forfeited, and any old fiend could come along and buy it.
Hey, but I ain't got that kind of brass.
Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me,
Yeah, I get it.
good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt.
The coppers?
Aye. They'll come asking you to take the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What it is that you might say, and what it is that you won't.
Gosh,
Oh my gosh,
this is hideous.
man.
After he'd gone over it all, I piked it. Got as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. Went to fetch it the next day once it got dark.
So McGilded planned it and coerced Gina into giving false testimony.
Wow.
I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. The thing is, he said he would make it so he couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with.
What a wicked man.
He knew
Knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together.
So you mean Mr. McGilded would have...
In a heartbeat. He could have had the lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where could we have gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice.
Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything.
Well, I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid.
Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor.
Favor? What?
Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial.
Hey?
If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us.
Investigate what?
The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see.
You what?
Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny.
Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes is gonna be alright, right?
That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it?
Something like that. Miss Sato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here.
I think I may have tripped something.
I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer, nothing.
Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
Gina's representation papers have been entered into the court record.
And look, they have been signed. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windibanks now.
Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windibanks. Although, something tells me he's not gonna be happy about it.
Oh boy.
To be continued. Folks, this is where we are going to make our cut.
That's right.
This is Perfect.
Yep, we'll tune in next week to finish our investigation.
Yep.
And you are not gonna believe, and believe me, Alex and I have both played this game.
Yep.
And at least both of us went through it. And you are not gonna believe what we could be revealing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you thought this was nuts. Strap in.
You thought we had fireworks now. Wait till next week.
So, next week, around 7 or 8 p.m., whichever way it is, be there or be square. I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Agent Steel.
We are the Steele Brothers.